it's Sammy from Sammy's Sweet Life, and we are going over goals. I did end up finalizing my February goals.
Hi.
Oh, Olivia is in here, so she's saying hi. She's just drawing off camera to the side of me. So I am going to show you guys my solidified goals, and I was thinking, it just occurred to me when I was finishing these up that I could totally get away with just using the Makselife planner, and I feel like I won't need a Power Sheets planner next year. I feel like I could totally get away with using what I really like from the Power Sheets and adapting it just with like pen and paper, like notebook paper, and using it that way. And then the tending list I can make into the actual Makselife pages, because on here it has a bar, but I don't really care much about the progress bars. I really just like these weekly and daily checklists. Well, I can use the habit trackers, and that could cover the little habit checklist here. And I also like those Elise Joy printable tracking things that are year-long things I could use. And then for these weekly actions, I have seen people dot in their goals sheet. Let's say, I'll show you guys my January one. We'll talk through the January ones, but like if there's something that you want to do every week, like this, one scrap session per week, you just put however many week dots next to it. So I'm just gonna do this. Since this is the pink section, I would use the pink dot pen, and one session per week, there's 5 weeks, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then that totally eliminates the need for the tending list. If you have that, plus the habit trackers or the Elise Joy tracker, it could all be done just in the one planner. And I really like that. I like the way that that looks. And I also like the idea of paring down and having one less thing. But I really find the magic in the Power Sheets in the actual prep pages, and also in the thing I've talked about. I've got all sorts of things off both sides here. I really find the goodness in this page, which I could copy over on something else. I also really like breaking it down with monthly, weekly, and daily actions, but like I said, I could totally get away without that. And I really like the, where is it? This one. The yearly overview. And again, you could totally do this with any planner. You don't have to have just the Power Sheets planner. So you can divide it into quarters and put the months in and plan out your year like that as well. So I feel like I could totally get away with not buying one of these for next year and just using the tools from it, like going through the same exact prep pages and just filling them out again for the new year. I think that's where the magic is in the Power Sheets, is that pre-planning section and also the tending list. But I have just found that because the tending list is in here and not in my planner, and it's not a regular page in my planner, I just don't refer to it all the time. So that is just my revelations I was just having as I was working on the February list here. So I did end up adding a few more things since the prep video. This was like my last planning session, so I've got these outlined, which I will talk about in a second. First, we're going to look through the January stuff. There's a couple more days left in January, so I have a little bit of ways to go. And here's my ultimate fail. I haven't checked these off. Like midway through the week, I kind of forgot about these. So we are the 29th today. So you can see, like, I didn't check any of these off. I knew the AN routine wasn't going to work until the Monday, but yeah, totally didn't do this. I was doing so good about it, and then I just totally fell off on it. Same with this. I haven't written in my weekly check boxes on here, and one reason is I didn't do my Scrappy Friday yesterday. I'm going to be doing Scrappy Sunday this week because I wanted pictures, a specific picture, which I will talk about in my actual scrapbook video, like the specific meaning behind this picture that we got. So that is just, it's all around just not working the greatest for me. I think I'm gonna have to like have it in with this page, like tape it in and then be able to flip the whole sheet up and down. I don't know. So anyway, we'll walk through and see what we can check off of here. I have been really good about my videos. I've had the one scrap video, and I've also had the 3 other videos, so I can check those off. Reorganize scrapbook. It is sort of in progress, but it's marked off on hold because I can't move out the workout gear. So I definitely did lots of rearranging in here, as much as I can do until all the workout stuff goes. And then one scrap session per week every day except this last Friday I have, and it's just delayed because of the picture I was trying to get, and we got the pictures today, so I can scrapbook them tomorrow, maybe even tonight. But that has been really good. And then put together solid workout routine. I have totally done that aside from the week and a half that we've been quarantining, and I've been doing my workouts in the evening for that. So I'm going to totally give myself a check for that. And then down here, we took off weekly play dates because of pandemic, and then we had to quarantine, so that totally didn't work. And then over here, we're closing rings every day. I missed one day, but I'm still giving myself a check for that. You know, it's one of those things where because I missed one day, I would totally exit out and then feel bad that I didn't get every day, but you have to give yourself a little bit of grace and leniency. 30 days out of 31 days is pretty awesome. You know, I'm still exercising, still working out. And then hardcore on the floor calendar, I gave it an honest shot. I would say like half of a check really for this one because I kind of didn't do as much as I could have done. And then I rocked the yoga and the affirmations. I rocked the affirmations. The intentions journal, I'm going to migrate that one. I didn't end up using that this month, so I'll have to use that some other time this year. And then no extra spending. No Spend January was kind of a flop. I did end up spending some stuff, but I feel like I still did pretty good with that one. But I'm gonna give myself an X for that one. I think overall I did good. And then Wrap Up Master Closet, it is still in the works because we were all sick. So I'm gonna give myself an X for that one as well. So overall, I feel like I made really, really good progress this month, even despite our COVID quarantine. I think we still did awesome. So I give myself 2 thumbs up for that. I have to definitely remember progress, not perfection with a lot of things like the closing the rings. If I miss one day, no big deal. You know, I'm still exercising more days than not. And even I was thinking like 1 to 2 rest days a week. I wouldn't close rings those days necessarily, and it's okay. It's not a big deal. I just have to keep reminding myself that. Everything worked out pretty well this month. Of course, we had challenges, but nothing too big. And then moving into the February goals here, I have a lot of stuff on here. I'm not going to have my pen because I'm afraid I will mark something off, but we're just going to walk down these lists here. And I did want to add a couple of stickers. I have some sticker books to the side here. My focus for the personal section is tweak the AM routine. I'm going to work on the 5:30 weekday wake-ups. I'm going to be also trying to use the Focus app a little bit more. I'm going to start a drawing challenge, which this is actually Olivia's book, but I really wanted to use it. So it is an easy step-by-step drawing thing. I've shown this in other videos. She's getting angry because I took her book, but she can use it too. But like, look at that. I would love to be able to draw that. So I'm going to follow the steps on these and try to do 30. Actually, it's February, so 28 days of this. So that will be really, really fun. I'm going to use my iPad for this. So I'm going to make sure it's getting charged tonight because I don't think I've used it in a few days. And then what else do we have here? I'm going to make a dinner faves list so I can have our rotating favorites and make sure when I'm meal planning that I don't have one of those brain fart moments where you can't think of anything to make. Fart. Yeah, that's what you say. When you can't think of something, it's a brain fart. Okay. That way I have like our favorites. I'll ask everybody in the family what their favorite dinners are and make sure that we always have those like on a rotating basis. And, huh?
Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah, Olivia decided she likes Chick-fil-A fries. So that way I can just add like one new recipe in every week and still keep the dinner and meal planning pretty simple. Like first go through the pantry and the fridge and make sure we're using up things, then add in a new recipe and also fill in with like our favorites that are generally speaking things we buy most weeks anyway. So I can just make sure I'm keeping it as like streamlined as possible. And then we're going to test out AM reading. I've been reading at night, but some nights I'm just too tired and then I don't get my reading in. So I really like to do a little bit of relaxing reading in the morning as well. And then the drawing challenge. And then for the fun and recreation, this is the section where I lose motivation like mid-February, early March. It's happened the last couple of years for whatever reasons. And so the main focus is don't lose motivation. So I'm going to try my best to keep up with it this month. I'm going to work on my 2021 project life, which I actually changed this to 2019. So I need to wipe this out actually, because I ended up having the 2019 photos still on my phone, but the 2021 ones are not all on my phone. So this is going to change to 2019, and I have that outlined in here. We're going to sort through all the photos on my phone and then work on 2019 project life, and that's outlined in this book for the monthly goal in here. This is the Plum Paper Planner Stitched Journal. So I outlined what all I want to get done with my project life in the past and sorting photos in here. I already talked about that in the prep video. And then we're going to have a weekly scrap session. I've been calling it Scrappy Fridays. And then 1 scrap video per week. And then work on editing backlog. That's going to be for both channels here, because I have quite a few videos that just need to get edited and then on my editorial calendar. And then for work and learning, this is this channel that you're seeing this on. I'm going to be reviewing the Daily Duo. I ended up using this for January right here. and I'm going to review it in depth for you guys this month. So that's one of my main focus videos. And then decide on film, background, and lighting. I can't really do much with that right now because the bike is still in the room, but I can think about it. I can think about what lightings I want to get for this room and just, plot it out a little bit. And then 3 videos per week. And then down here is family and relationships. There's quite a few for Olivia because Olivia is turning 7 at the end of this month coming up, and there's a lot on here for her. So we're going to start the social book that I got. It's about just social lessons, like being a good listener, being a good friend, that kind of thing. And we're going to go through that book together. We'll sit down every weekend and work on that book a little bit. It has 50 activities in it, and I don't know how involved or easy they will be. So we're just going to work through that book. It looked like a lot of fun, something we could do together. And then also planning a birthday party for Olivia. I've got lots of things involved with that. Then we're going to do date nights. And then one more thing for Olivia, since she's turning 7, I'm going to give her a formal chore chart. She's kind of excited about this one. I'll just print it out. She can read fully. So I'll just have a little chore chart for her for after school. She'll have a few things that she can do before we do TV time. So that is, simple things like make sure your backpack's in the right place, make sure your clothes all end up in the right place. Her one actual big girl chore is hanging up her own clothes now, so that's going to be on her little chore chart list. But it's just little things that I pretty much have to remind her to do. I want to not have to remind her. I want her to be able to look at her chore chart and get things done now that she is turning 7. I feel like that's a great age to start pulling her own weight there. And then over here for health and wellness, continue concentrating on AM fitness. And under our quarantine, I didn't do AM. I was doing it at nap time and mostly in the evenings to get it done because we weren't waking up early, but I'll be going back to the AM fitness. We're going to close rings, get on the bike. I say 3 times a week, but it really doesn't matter. Some weeks it'll be more, some weeks it'll be less. And I want to stick with Saturday being a longer session, so I wrote 1 longer session. Hardcore on the floor as much as possible. I probably will not concentrate on that one a whole lot this month because I'm going to be starting 2 little different challenges. There are quite a few postnatal abs classes with Robin Arzon, so it helps people do the right kind of ab exercises for diastasis. It's the thing where your abs split, and I definitely feel like I have a little bit of that, but not a whole lot. So I'm going to work on that to try to concentrate on abs exercises that are going to tighten the pelvic floor and things like that. And then also work on the 2-day arms challenge. I ended up finding a printable for this. It is in here. I went ahead and stuck it in for February. So I have 1 for both. I ended up making this one. I will link to this one for you guys if you want to print it out. 1 class 3 times per week, up to 8 weeks here. So there are 8 different of these postnatal abs things. It's actually postnatal core. And so I'll stick with 1, do it 3 times, then number 2 for week 2, 3 for week 3. And I've got 3 little circles so I can check off the 3 times. And I also found this one. This is a little printable for the 2-day arms challenge. It gives you what class it is and then what week numbers you take it. So this is a very long thing. This is going through week 30. So instead of the little arms and light weights that'll be on the hardcore on the floor calendar, I will sub in these and try to do these 3 times a week instead. And these are just 10-minute little classes, and these are also 10-minute classes. So they're something I can squeeze in a few times a week. I may end up doing them both on the same day since they're both marked for 3 times a week, but I'm gonna really try to concentrate on doing these ones all month long and not necessarily sticking with the hardcore on the floor calendar. Since those are core and arms, I'll just sub out the core and arms for the 2 that I picked. And then also I'm starting macro tracking. I think I mentioned this on my prep video. I'm going to be putting my macro tracking in here. This is the Kit Life Daily Planner, and I already did yesterday, and I will finish up today too. So there was yesterday, I wrote in how it went. It was a little bit tricky, trying to get that much protein because I just don't eat a whole lot of protein. And then here's today so far. I wrote in my goal, my actual, and I will work on that. The weekend pages are a little bit different, so I think I'll have to write it a little bit differently on there. But I'm gonna write it out because I feel like that makes it a little more fun and exciting for me to have it written out versus just in my phone being tracked. And then down here for spiritual and personal growth, I gotta work on the Club Moxie. I'm in that through the end of March, and I may end up resubscribing for another quarter for that. I've liked it so far. And then yoga practice, concentrate on affirmations. I started really concentrating on them this month and then kind of fell off a lot of the things because of COVID and not doing my AM routine. And then gratitude on the monthly spread, that's gonna be in here. I'm gonna write in my gratitude list on this page, and then hopefully this will be all filled up and nice and pretty and fun. and I'll have it all in one place. And then also work on meditation. This is one thing I definitely do, the sleep meditation almost every single night, but I also try to get in one other meditation, usually a morning meditation or sometime in the afternoon, do some sort of meditation. So I'm just going to keep on with that. I feel like some things like close the rings and get on the bike, they're things that I do pretty much anyway, but I like having them on here as goals listed out because I feel like writing it out makes it more of a priority, and it just like cements it in my head that yes, I'm going to work on these. And then financial here, my focus is eyes on the prize. I did quite a bit of spending last month. It was mostly very intentional, but I want to even cut back more than that. So I'm still working on it. No spend February, keep track of groceries, and then be intentional about anything else aside from just the daily needs. Because we're going to be cash flowing some built-ins in the living room and then the gym work. There's a couple of contractor things and we need to cash flow that. We're going to do our best to save all our pennies towards that project. And then for physical environment down here, I already had written in this first one before I realized that the contracting work was going to be so delayed out. So I won't be ordering the racks, but I definitely have picked out all the racks. I just need to decide on a dumbbell rack. And then barn doors will be custom made through the contractor. So that's kind of already done. And then we're gonna do like spring cleaning, spring kid cleaning. We're gonna purge all the baby toys. Stella is 2 and she doesn't play with the teeny baby toys anymore. So it's time to go through all the toys. And then we're gonna go through Stella's clothes and go through Livy's clothes because they are both sizing up. So we just gotta go through them, order more Livy clothes, and then get Stella's next size container out. I've saved all of Livy's clothes from toddlerhood onward, so I have plenty of clothes for Stella. We'll just go through basically all of the kids' clothes and toys. That's going to be our big spring cleaning type project for this month. And that is it. I ended up going ahead and starting my first set of weekly actions. I wrote in a couple things each week already to just kind of plan out some of the things that were going to be done. So I will show you guys those more when we are doing our weekly plan with me's. And so going through here, I wanted to add a little bit of a sticker. I do love that there's already a quote here. I don't know that I'm going to use this column at all. So I'm going to try to put some inspiration on here. I do really like these motivational things. Get after grateful. I kind of like that one. We're going to use that one. I'm not going to decorate it really. I'm just going to add little bits of inspiration. I do like that there's already a quote on here. Let's see. Oh, I don't know. I might just put it up here. Okay. We'll put that over there. And then, I don't know that I want to put much on here. Maybe something motivational down here. We've got this big giant sticker book. I don't know if it has much as far as quotes. Let's check this one. This one is called Watercolor Goals, so it might have more inspiration in it. I don't know right offhand what's in any of these. Ooh, I like this one. It's your time to shine. I like that. I'll just put that down there as a little inspiration on that page. And then I already put something on the tending list here. It says, done is better than perfect, which is very, very true. I might end up sticking something else up here. So let's see what we've got. I thought I saw one that said shine bright. Yep. All right, I like this one. It just says, shine bright. It's encouraging words. All right, that's it. And the last thing I want to show you guys, I ended up deciding to do something with the monthly this month. I've thought about this and I really wanted to make sure I'm using and looking at this book. So I'm going to try to write down my daily goal wins, like whatever I did as far as goal tracking or goal progress. I'm going to write it in each day. So then I have this whole thing filled out with all of the daily wins, and I feel like that will get me looking and focusing on this a little bit more, and hopefully it gives me a reason to use this one and flip through it and stuff. So I'll have this one sitting out and I can use it from day to day as well. And I think that covers all of the goals for this month. I really wanted to just show you guys how I was setting it up this month, and like I said, I definitely feel like I could do away with this one and just stick to the Makselife one. I'm really getting to that point where I don't know that I need both. At first I was like, yes, I need both. They both cover different things, but I'm finding that when it really comes down to it, I don't look at this one very much. I don't even go to my tending list very much. I really stick with this one. So I hope you guys liked this look at my goals. I would love to know what your goals are for the month. Let me know in the comments down below. Be sure to like and subscribe so you can follow me along. I will have a weekly plan with me for you guys coming up here soon. And stay tuned for lots more planner videos. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.
Bye.